Probably one of the biggest works of pure fiction in the traditionalist movement is the story of the purchase by the Society of St. Pius X of the property in St. Mary's, Kansas. Now, I'm sure anyone who's putting around the story now truly believes they've been told the truth. They haven't. I have talked with people in the area who know the truth. I won't go into the fictional story. You can go find that probably somewhere else. I'm going to tell you the truth. There is a man in real estate here. I won't mention his name. He's dead anyway now. He said, I don't know why this story is going around. This is way back because he went to St. Mary's. He quit around the same time my family did. He went there from as soon as they opened up. And then here's the story. And then after he quit, he's telling a few of us, says, that's not what it is. The property was found by the Jesuits way back in the mid-1800s, about 1830 or so. I'd have to look that up. Anyway, they banned it in 1968 to move everything to St. Louis. This is St. Louis province owned it. The Indians were there for a little while. They're trying to make reparation for what had been done bad to the Indians. The Indians didn't stay long. They did a little damage. They put the thing on the market. You could have bought St. Mary's in the mid-1970s for $200,000. Anyone. This friend of mine was in real estate here in Topeka. He owned a lot of rental real estate. He ran a pawn shop. He was pretty big in business. He made a lot of money. He and some others, they went out and looked at the property to see, is there anything we can do with this property? They came to the conclusion, no. And so they didn't buy it. Well, Boulder comes along, and he finds out about it. Now, how he finds out about that much, I don't know. But he finds out about it and decides to buy it. He decides to get the help of an intermediary, because that's how traditionalists bought church property back in the 70s. You'd get a middleman. St. Vincent's was bought that way. Queen of Angels in Dixon, Texas, I believe, was bought that way. A corporation was formed by St. Jude Shrine, which was with the Society of St. Pius X a couple of years before Queen of Angels. I think they bought Ridgefield through an intermediary because, let's face it, no Novus Ordo diocese is going to sell to the Society of St. Pius X or to the CMRI. Schukert bought the place up there. He bought right out from underneath the board. In any case, so Father Boldick's wanting to get an intermediator. He gets Cato Corporation. I believe they purchased the property for $200,000 and in turn sold it to Father Boldick for $200,000. This much I don't have exact information on what they actually paid for it. I do know you go up to Westmoreland, Kansas, the county seat, and look up the documents on the real estate transactions. It's a stack of paperwork. I'm going to be sorting my files. I'll probably run across it. Might just throw it out because it's not worth having anymore. But the Cato Corporation transferred it to Society of St. Pius X, Northeast District Incorporated, I believe. They in turn transferred it to Kansas Friends of the Society of St. Pius X when the society was split into two districts. But there's also a transfer from Cato Corporation to a couple dummy corporations and then on to various society entities. Tons of paperwork. So it gets across to the society finally. And they paid $200,000 for it. There was no gift. There's no gift deed because a gift deed looks different from a warranty deed. There are quitclaim deeds and warranty deeds. Quitclaim means if I give you a quitclaim deed to a piece of property, it's really might be worthless. All I'm saying is I have no claim against that property. Now, if I happen to have a claim against that property, I've now given it to you. If I have nothing, I've given you nothing. Warranty deeds means I own this property, I am now transferring it to you. Those were the types of deeds up there. My dad worked in this. He was worked for a landman in the oil business, working with oil royalty, which works on the same business. And so that's how the property was purchased. No gifts, none of this stuff. No, they may have played some paperwork. I don't know, with all these transfers, there may have been some funny paperwork going on. But anyone could have bought for $200,000. Cato bought it, sold it to Bolduc in the Society of St. Pius X. Simple, straight transfer across. But you could have bought for $200,000 back in the mid-70s. It just Bolduc bought it. He bought it, I believe, in 78. Because that was the first seminarian set foot on the property. And I'm going to move forward a little bit after the purchase, because there's a little bit that's not told out there. Father Cicada alludes to it in something. Google Cicada and put chicken farmers in quote marks, and you pull up an interesting document. I imagine most of that's true too. Some of it I know is true. Well, the chicken farmers were 4 old Catholics in Arkansas, because we knew about them in about 76. Father Bolduc was trying to find out, in fact, he was tracking down a priest in Los Angeles who had their ordination certificates, whatever, to determine that they were indeed valid priests. Well, he was hitting stone walls. Nobody would provide him with information proving the validity of their ordinations. So, he gets the chicken farmers in. It took him 2 years. Finally, apparently he proved that they were valid priests. By the time he did that, they were down to 3. At least one of them was a bishop. I think there were 2 originally. I'm not sure which one of the 4 died. Because he was talking about bringing them to Oklahoma City after you prove they're priests and all that to serve there. And then we ask him once, well, can't get the paperwork. Well, he gets the paperwork. Boom. He closes on St. Mary's in, I believe, July. He's got chicken farmers straight in. They were there for a little bit. By the time I get there at the end of August, they were still living on the property, but they were no longer publicly celebrating Mass. And so the first society priests were not really society priests. They were 3 old Catholics. Presumably they are valid. They were valid. Imagine they're all dead now. They were old because they were still living there. But that was the first society priests at St. Mary's. And I mean, I could go on for hours telling the story of St. Mary's. But, you know, the property purchase is not this fancy thing you've been told. Also, go to Westmoreland. It wasn't free and clear. Father Bolduc had borrowed 5 times against it, to the tune of $300,000 by the time I found out about in 81. Dad and I went up and checked it in March 81. We'd go back and check on occasion. He borrowed another $200,000 against it. And eventually, I think it was a pension fund or something, actually loaned the money. They had to sue to get their money back. I remember then I hit the paper in the late 80s, I believe. But yeah, there's a lot of fiction out there, folks. Don't believe all the stories you hear.